All right, ladies and gentlemen, MrSotko here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm here to talk about the horrendous crypto crash that we are all witnessing. And it's a little too late. If you haven't checked the charts, I would say don't do it. But you're watching the video, so you already know now. So we're at 182 billion market cap. We are seeing Bitcoin at $5,500. Every time I refresh coin market cap, the market is lower and all the coins are worth even less than the last time I looked, because I literally just refreshed it. It was at 5,600 something and now it's 5,574. So again, every time I refresh it, you can see this massive dump all over the place. Let's see who the winner of the day was. All of the stable coins, literally, well, kind of true US dollar and USD coin, everything else getting destroyed. Ravencoin among one of the top losers of the day. So you might think to yourself, well, what is causing this? Isn't there supposed to be a bull run towards the end of the year? And this is usually the case, and I think we will still see that. However, I'm going to get into what I think is the cause, and then I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of advice, and hopefully that helps you guys out. So first of all, on good old Reddit here, always a good time. This is hard to take, guys. What a bloodbath. I mean, I know the only old invest what you can afford to lose line is good at these times, but it's sore when you're losing money. Not sure how much more of this I can take. And then eventually it just says, update, sold all my coins, bye. I believe in Bitcoin and bad, but crypto is never coming back. Who is going to invest after seeing what market can do to people this year? I'm done. Thanks and goodbye. Well, thank you for your lower crypto. I appreciate that. However, this is kind of the sentiment that's been going around. This crash is sort of like the straw that broke the camel's back. But hold on to your butts just for a minute here. We're going to get to what I believe is the cause in just a moment. So Bitcoin hits 2018 low, so price inflated as of late. One could say that it's a welcome sight to have some action and volume. The bad news, however, for those long, Bitcoin price was the same 6,000 support that held all year finally broke. Bitcoin hit as low as 5,550 on Bitstamp amid ongoing volatility, and it's still going lower. This is the lowest price seen since October 2017 and a record low for 2018. So we are at a record low, mind you. So capitulation. Meanwhile, notable industry figures such as cryptocurrency investor Barry Silbert called the record drop in price capitulation. Others also pointed out how the record low RSI index has historically been a signal for an upswing. So capitulation is all he says. Admittedly, several factors that could potentially reverse the bearish momentum before the end of the year are still in place. However, all eyes will now be on the Bitcoin price. And moving on. So this is an article about the 5 reasons for the recent drop. And of course, it's always the same writer that seems to write these 5 reasons for this, that, or the other thing. And I love to combat them. Chaos surrounding Bitcoin Cash as the Bitcoin Cash network prepares for a hard fork, which could entail a hostile attempt at a takeover 351% attack. So basically, the idea with this article is that, or this particular reason is that, well, people are putting their money into Bitcoin Cash to prepare for the hard fork. So there's an unknown outcome, and it's putting pressure on Bitcoin prices because people are taking their money from alts and Bitcoin and pumping it into and putting it into Bitcoin Cash so they can get the potential fork or forks out of Bitcoin Cash. Again, nobody knows just yet. So let's take a look at that. Let's see if that's the thing. Nope, absolutely not. Bitcoin Cash down really far. There was a bit of a pump up here ever since it's been going down, and it's been going down just like all the other coins. So definitely not the case. So moving on to the next one. Miners are giving up. Bitcoin mining is a thin margin game. Bitcoin prices above 5,800 are the absolute minimum, and some mining operations may not be viable even at higher prices. Miners face high difficulty, may start to unwind their operations. True, true, true. With the price going down like this, I believe there's some kind of bus or something behind me, but with the prices going down like this, miners are losing money all over the place. But that doesn't necessarily always have an exact impact on the price of cryptocurrency itself. In fact, with difficulty going up and up and up, it really should create a sentiment where nobody's going to sell under a certain price line, because then it takes so much electricity to make one Bitcoin. Therefore, they can't sell that one Bitcoin for any less than the electricity and the hardware it took to mine that Bitcoin. So, not quite again, though, but yes, 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 in that miners' profits are going down, but definitely not the reason. Trader exodus to USDT. So the latest data from Crypto Compare show that the Bitcoin USDT pair took up more than 62% of all trading, showing an attempt to leave Bitcoin for a stable-priced coin. In the past couple weeks, trading was relatively subdued, taking up 44% of the volumes for USDT. However, I don't think that's the case. Tether and USDC and stuff, it's just not really the case. It's not taking away that much. Although when people suspect a crash, they typically will put money into a stable coin. But I don't believe that's the case either, even though those are definitely up. BitMEX speculation. BitMEX is an exchange where price and volumes are excluded from general Bitcoin statistics, and trading is highly risky, and speculative Bitcoin BitMEX prices have seen fallen below 6,000. Still don't think that's the case. So what is the case? I know I'm getting to it. Lower bottom expectations. There are still beliefs that the bear market has not seen more selling and capitulation, which could pressure Bitcoin as low as 4,000. The lack of even a hint of a year-end rally is adding to the negative expectations. The stagnant prices of the month may not be the bottom. Well, that could be true, but that's just total speculation. And definitely not the reason. So what's the reason? And I've got the reason right here in this image. And I'd love for you guys to take a look at this. Yada, yada, yada. See, this is the yada, yada, yada I'm doing. CBOE Bitcoin futures hit us again. Once again. So they did it to us in December of 2017. You may note that Bitcoin futures initially started from the CBOE group on the 17th of December, which was the all-time high of Bitcoin. And then they took effect on the 18th, which was when Bitcoin started to turn around. As you can see here, the dates right here of the all-time high of Bitcoin started 17th, and then the 18th it really started to fall. So very, very interesting that futures does this. So futures, there's a lot of whales that will specifically manipulate the price downward so that their futures contracts can be fulfilled. And when they expire, they will dump the coin again, and it will rise, and another expiration will come on the 19th of December, and it will dump again. So as you can see, the expiration date, 11/14/2018. What is the date today? Let's go down to my old Microsoft calculator here. The 14th. It is definitely the 14th. Wow, wow, wee, wow. Holy crap, that is a coincidence. So, whenever the CBOE futures expire, whatever date they expire on is the date that that Bitcoin is going to crash. And then it will go back up. So we're going to see a rise after this, more likely than not, in my opinion. We're going to see a rise till December 19th. So the all-time high for at least this period, like at least the quarter 4 winter period, will be December 17th or December 18th. And when December 19th comes along, that's when you're going to see the dump. So if you don't sell before the 19th of December, you will not miss. You will miss that dip. You will miss being able to pick them up on the dip again. So guys, take this image and save this image. Save the dates, and let's all see if this is 100% true. I thoroughly believe that it does, but of course there is a small chance that it is not true. But it seems to me that there is a massive coincidence. Whenever the futures expire, there is a massive drop in Bitcoin. So there's going to be another one on the 19th of December. There will be another crash on the 16th of January and the 13th of February in 2019, because that's when these expire. So I have saved this, I have bookmarked this, and I will make another video about this on the 19th and see if I was correct. So I do believe that there's going to be some kind of rally, and it may be at the beginning of December. It could be really far towards the end of November, and there will be a rally. And it will last until the 19th of December, when everybody will sell off because of the futures. So, in my opinion, that is the deciding factor in some of these massive Bitcoin dips. As you can see today, it happened today on the 14th, and we have this massive dump. Very interesting. So let's see what the time was about when this occurred. So, it seems like about 9 in the morning UTC here, 7. So, about, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 hours ago, this started. So early in the morning it begins. And just to show you guys a little bit better, and I've done this numerous times on my channel here, but I want to show you guys this again. Let's move the chart here. And what day did the CBOE futures come out? It's like a little game. It's like a little game. Well, they started on December 17th, but they started trading on the 18th. Oh my, and then look, ever since, we have been going down and down and down. So every day that the CBOE futures come out, and when they expire, it typically destroys them. So futures, yes, the answer is pretty clear. Futures destroyed Bitcoin. It allowed the whales to speculate on the drop of it. And you're not just going to speculate a lot of money, right? You're not just going to gamble a lot of money, right? No, of course you don't. If you have a ton of Bitcoin, or if you have a ton of money, you can dump Bitcoin really, really easily. And if your futures contracts fulfill, then you make a lot. And then you can just take all that money that you got and then buy the Bitcoin that you dumped just then at a very low price, let it rise again, and do it again and again and again. So futures destroyed Bitcoin. It truly did. There's no other explanation. There was, of course, like in 2017, like BitConnect, and those various frauds and ICOs that kind of burned people out. But what really burned people out was the price going down. Let's be real. There was a lot of frauds all throughout crypto, and yet the price continued to go up. And people just said, caught me slipping, and then they just bought into something else if they got caught up in some kind of fraud, scam, or something like that. Well, people just kept going forward. But it wasn't until futures came along that really decimated the price and kept it down for a very long time that really destroyed the sentiment of crypto and the price of it itself. So keep an eye on these dates. 11/14 was today, 12/19, 1/16, 2019, and 2/13, 2019. For all my European friends, just switch that a little bit. The 13th of the month. Anyway, so moving on here, preparing for the looming Bitcoin Cash fork. So the Bitcoin Cash fork faces a contentious fork, and many Bitcoin Cash users have been wondering what to do with their funds before the consensus changes in order to address some questions concerning the upcoming fork. So cryptocurrencies fork from time to time. More often than not, upgrades are usually quite smooth. However, once in a while, the same consensus changes can be controversial and ultimately lead to a blockchain split like Bitcoin Cash. So Bitcoin ABC is a new opcode called op check DataSig, an introduction to canonical transaction ordering, several minor technical fixes and improvements. So that's Bitcoin ABC. Fantastic. And then we have Bitcoin Cash, which, great. And then now we have Bitcoin SV as well. Restoring more original Satoshi opcodes, so various Satoshi opcodes, removing the limit of 201 opcodes per script and raising the block size to 128 megabytes. That's what SV is doing, whereas ABC is keeping the 32 megabyte block. So sit and wait. You can sit and wait and put your coins on an exchange. In a nutshell, and hope that you get one or both of the forks that may come out of this split here. Now you're gonna have to check and see what exchange you want to use and check their policy. Go to their Twitter, go to their Reddit or whatever, figure it out and figure out what they're going to what they're going to support. So if they're going to support Bitcoin SV and ABC in a potential double coin, great. Then put them on that exchange and wait. You should be just fine with your Bitcoin Cash on there. You're still going to have your Bitcoin Cash, but you may get SV and ABC, or you may just get SV, or you may just get ABC. You're going to need to check with your exchange first. Or you sit and wait in a wallet. However, I don't feel like that's going to be the better bet, because if you are going to get a fork, that's just going to lead to more money. But just remember, when you get the fork, likely, like they always do, they typically bomb in value very, very quickly. Some go up, but most of them go down very quickly. So moving on to the next article here, just real quick. Cryptocurrency miners vanish in Sweden, leaving behind a big electricity bill. The most northerly Swedish country, over half of Norrbotten's area lies within the Arctic Circle. Cool conditions for mining cryptocurrency, one might think, but it seems success is far from a foregone conclusion. The municipalities of and Kalix had welcomed investment from crypto companies in the region. Neither, however, got quite what they had hoped. So, yeah, I'm not even going to bother with Swedish there. In Alvsbyn, I don't know, whatever, Miami-based NGDC had set up facilities and started mining Bitcoin, only to abruptly cease operations in the autumn. The explanation given was that the energy company Vattenfall had cut off the electricity due to unpaid bills. Vattenfall has applied for sequestration, closure, and bankruptcy for NGDC. It is less optimistic about its prospects of retrieving payment for unpaid electricity bill of 14 million SEK, around $1.5 million in electricity. Crazy. The municipal council, which owns the premises used by NGDC, has tried successfully to contact the company to remove their equipment, according to local news sources. Still, at least the authorities in Alvsbyn didn't suffer any financial losses. In Kalix, 100 kilometers to the east, near the border with Finland, the municipality is trying to recover 500,000 kronor, 55,000, in unpaid rent. A company called Chasquitek put forward their plans for Bitcoin mining in the spring, but never arrived to start operation. So somebody rented it, and then they're like, let's not do that. And so nobody got paid for that rent. Crypto mining companies in Sweden have faced a difficult time recently as drought conditions in the summer forced up the price of electricity. Combined with lower Bitcoin price, this has meant the profits are ever harder to come by. Patrick Uland, CEO of the Nodpol, still sees a bright future for the industry as a whole, and cryptocurrency mining in Sweden. He thinks the number of data centers, currently 50, can only increase looking 5 years ahead. We would not be surprised if we see a doubling upwards of 100, he said. So it just goes to show that even these massive mining operations at the moment just aren't making any kind of profit and can't afford their gigantic $1.5 million electricity bill. Wow. But some can, some can't. Some can take the heat, some can't. If you can't take the heat, don't be in the kitchen. You know what I mean? Don't be mining. So again, I want to go back to this image real quick. We got a massive dump on the 14th. There's going to be another one on the 19th of December. So let's see if that's true. Let's do a little experiment here. And then, if that experiment is true, we all are going to know when to dump our coins and when to pick up new coins, and so on and so on, because every time one of these CBOE futures expires, we seem to have a massive dump in Bitcoin. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and as usual, I will see you guys next time.